Howdy folks, and welcome back to Moc Up. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about storytelling through detail. Now I know I've been going over details for the past few videos, especially Saturday videos, and some of you are probably getting a little tired of it. Well, I've got two things to say. First of all, details are extraordinarily important. If you think of any other art form, painting and sculpture for example, the artists use all the details that they can to convey whatever they're trying to tell you. It's the same with mocks. We use all the details that we can to convey what we are trying to show with a mock, usually a story of some sort. Second, this is probably going to be the last detail video for a while. I don't have any other detail videos scheduled for this foreseeable future, so this will be the last one for at least a month or so. Now, with details, we have two different types of details that we use in mocks. The first is aesthetic, and the second is story related. These are the two major types that we use. Aesthetic details are things that don't necessarily add to the story, but add to the mock itself. For instance, the gray masonry brick right here along the top sections of each floor helps to break up the tan just a little bit. This tree here adds just a little bit of detail to the outside of the mock, and again breaks up a little bit of the tan. Something that you would probably expect to see on a balcony. And these dark tan highlights here also serve just to break it up just a little bit more. So we have aesthetic details like that, which add to the mock, but not necessarily to the story. And then we have story details, and that's what I'm going to be pointing out to you on this mock right now, to help give an example of how you can use details to tell your story. For instance, we're going to start with the very first one right here. This is a bike chained up to a little bike rack. Now, because there is no car pictured, it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have one, but we're going to go ahead and assume for this mock that they don't have one. So, looking at the bike, it can mean a few things. Either A, they just don't want a car, B, they can't afford one, or C, they're kind of eco-minded and so they have a bike instead of a car. One other possible option is that since this is a townhouse, which you mostly see in downtown areas, it could very well be that the bike is just better for getting around downtown than the car, which is very possible. If you live in a downtown area or you've ever been to a downtown area, traffic is usually pretty bad, especially during rush hours, so a bike might be a good way to go. It's a little hard to see, but we have a little guy up here, and we're going to zoom in on him right now so we can see the next detail. Now we can see here one of our main characters, and based on his expression, and yes, that is the normal skydiver face, he seems to be a little bit upset about something. Now we don't know exactly what it is, but because he is in the window, and I've opened up the window a little bit so you guys can see him a little better, the camera was having trouble focusing past the shutters there. Usually I have them shut. Now, he does seem to be upset about something, so we'll be taking a look at what that is in a minute. Alright, so by taking the roof off here, we can go ahead and see what he is so concerned about, and apparently it's his wife's ability to play the piano. Considering that expression, I don't think she's very good at it. Now that's kind of the story to this mock, and you'll notice that this story is very small. It's two people living together, and the husband is not fond of the wife's playing the piano. The wife apparently plays extraordinarily bad considering that expression. And that's alright. Stories and mocks don't need to be very big. As long as there's a cohesive story, your mock will not suffer. Your mock will be better for it. These stories can be as simple as a guy going to the store to get a pizza. They can be as complicated as some superhero having to fight all of these bad guys in order to save the day. It could be an engineer solving a problem with the spaceship. It could just be that that spaceship has landed at the spaceport and they're unloading cargo. These stories don't have to be complicated, guys. They can be as simple or as complex as the story is that you want to tell. Base the mock around a story that you want to tell, and you will find that your mocks become better and better. Now, to round this video out, I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys a quick tour of my mock, and that'll go ahead and end us for the day. So this is obviously a townhouse, and this is the upper floor. Back here, we can see we've got their bed. We obviously have the piano. We've got a large screen TV over here. And that's most of the detail for the upper floor. Real quick, you can tell that I've put some lights on here. And I've found that if I'm building a building, these lights help to A, lighting up the building just gives it a nice aesthetic, but B, it also helps see the interior details from the exterior. So if you guys want to go ahead and start experimenting with adding some of these lights, these are cheap little lights. I think I bought mine for about $5 or so, maybe even less than that, at Michael's, and I think this particular pair I got around Christmas time at Target for about $3, I think. So that's about all we can see from the upper floor. We can see we've got the balcony out here, but we kind of went over that in the first part of the video. So we're going to go ahead and break this down and go on down to the first floor. Alright, so here we are on the first floor. Not a whole lot to see here. Got a little bit of a kitchen back here. Got a little bit of a sitting area over in here. Little window. And we've got a closet where I've stored all of the lights at. We got the stairs up. Got the stairs up to the second floor. And that's really about all there is to this mock. Not a whole lot today, guys. Alright, guys, so that's just about all we've got for today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you can use what I've said today. If you're interested in learning more tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure to come back every Wednesday and Saturday. That's when I'm doing these videos. And also make sure to check out the playlist that I've started. I'm putting the link up on the screen right now. And if you liked this video, please like it. And if you could give me a subscribe, I'd really appreciate that, guys. Also, that'll let you know whenever I put out a new video, so you can always be one of the first to see it. That's about all the time I have for today, and I know it's a bit of a shorter episode, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to get out. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. In the meantime, keep building.